Hidden in the shadows, the Mafia operates as one of the most secretive and notorious organizations in the world. For centuries, they've commanded loyalty, inspired fear, and amassed untold wealth, all while leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. But who are the men and women behind the criminal empire? What drives them to a life where betrayal is met with death and trust is a rare commodity? This documentary delves into the secret lives of the Mafia journey through their origins, inner workings, and their enduring influence on global culture and crime. From humble beginnings in Sicily to becoming a global network of organized crime, we uncover their hidden world and the secrets they don't want you to know. Chapter 1: The Birth of the Mafia. The origins of the Mafia can be traced back to the rugged hills of Sicily in the early 19th century. Born out of necessity, the Mafia was initially a protector of the weak, a force to defend Sicilian farmers from oppressive landlords and corrupt governments. The term Mafia itself stems from the Sicilian Arabic word mayas, meaning boldness or bravado. By the late 19th century, this loose collection of families evolved into a criminal enterprise. They began extorting protection money, or pizzo, from locals and formed a hierarchical structure to enforce loyalty and silence, a code known as omerta. Expert interview. The Mafia wasn't always a criminal organization. Initially, it acted as a vigilante force in a lawless Sicily. But as power and greed grew, they shifted from protectors to predators, explains Dr. Alessio Romano, a historian specializing in organized crime. The emigration of Sicilians to the United States in the late 19th and early 20th centuries brought the Mafia across the Atlantic. In cities like New York and Chicago, they established themselves in gambling, bootlegging, and extortion during the Prohibition era, becoming synonymous with American organized crime. Chapter 2: Life inside the Mafia. Behind the brutal facade of the Mafia lies a complex and highly structured society. At its core are the families, units bound by blood ties and sworn oaths. Expert interview. Joining the Mafia isn't just a decision. It's a lifetime commitment, says former FBI agent John P. Malone. You're baptized in blood, and your loyalty is to the organization above all else, even your own family. The Mafia hierarchy is rigid. At the top is the boss, often referred to as the Don. Below him is the Underboss, who oversees operations. The consigliere, or advisor, acts as a trusted confidant. Beneath them are the caporegimes, or captains, who manage crews of soldiers. Family is paramount, but so is secrecy. Members are bound by omerta, the vow of silence. Breaking this vow often results in death. The Mafia's reach extends to the personal lives of its members. Wives are kept in the dark, and children are often raised with a deep respect and fear of the organizations. Even the Mafia promises wealth and power, but comes with constant danger. Loyalty is everything, but betrayal lurks around every corner. The Mafia's influence on society is most evident in their crimes. From prohibition to the modern drug trade, they've left an indelible mark on history. During the 1920s, prohibition in the United States gave rise to Mafia empires. Figures like Al Capone became infamous for smuggling alcohol, leading to violent gang wars. In a dimly lit warehouse, barrels of illegal whiskey are loaded into trucks under the watchful eye of armed men. Beyond smuggling, the Mafia has been deeply involved in gambling, loan sharking, and racketeering. Their influence reached the highest levels of power, infiltrating labor unions, businesses, and even politics. Perhaps their most lucrative venture has been the drug trade. By the mid-20th century, the Sicilian Mafia and their counterparts in the United States collaborated to control heroin trafficking routes from Europe to North America. Expert interview. Their ability to adapt to new criminal enterprises is what has kept the Mafia alive for so long, says criminologist Maria Cavallo. When one source of income dries up, they pivot to another. While their crimes brought wealth, they also brought attention. High-profile murders, such as the assassination of anti-mafia magistrates Giovanni Falcone and Paolo Borsellino, revealed the lengths to which the Mafia would go to protect their empire. The Mafia is a house built on loyalty, but it's often betrayal that tears it apart. The most significant threat to any Mafia family comes from within. Throughout history, internal power struggles have led to bloodshed. In the 1930s, the Castellamarese War saw rival factions of the Italian-American Mafia vying for control, culminating in the rise of Charles "Lucky" Luciano and the establishment of the Commission, a governing body for organized crime. However, the greatest betrayals have come from those who chose to cooperate with law enforcement. Informants, or pentiti, have exposed the Mafia's secrets in exchange for reduced sentences or protection. One of the most famous informants, Tommaso Buscetta, broke omerta in the 1980s, providing Italian authorities with invaluable information about the Sicilian Mafia's inner workings. His testimony led to the Maxi trial, which saw hundreds of Mafia members convicted. Expert interview. Betrayal is a double-edged sword for the Mafia, says former prosecutor Giulia Montesi. While it weakens the organization, it also fuels paranoia and violence as they seek to root out potential traitors. While the Mafia originated in Sicily, it has become a global phenomenon. In Russia, the Zakon emerged as a powerful criminal organization after the fall of the Soviet Union. In Japan, the Yakuza operates with a level of public visibility unheard of in other mafias. The triads in China, cartels in Latin America, and organized crime syndicates in Eastern Europe all share similarities with the Mafia in their structure, secrecy, and operations. Experts interview. What makes the Mafia unique is its adaptability, says international crime analyst David Lynn. They've embraced globalization, using modern technology to expand their reach while maintaining their old world traditions. Modern mafias are heavily involved in cybercrime, human trafficking, and environmental crime, such as illegal waste dumping. These new ventures reflect their ability to evolve with the times, ensuring their survival in an increasingly interconnected world. The Mafia has faced relentless pressure from law enforcement and society. High-profile trials, increased surveillance, and international cooperation have significantly weakened their power. FBI agents raid a suburban mansion, uncovering stacks of cash, ledgers, and incriminating evidence. Yet, the Mafia's legacy persists. Their influence is felt in the movies we watch, the stories we tell, and the cautionary tales of power and greed. While the Mafia may never regain its former glory, its shadow looms large, reminding us of the consequences of unchecked ambition and the price of loyalty in a world built on betrayal. The secret lives of the Mafia remain a testament to humanity's darker impulses, a world where power, loyalty, and fear reign supreme. While many have tried to dismantle their empires, the allure of the Mafia's clandestine world continues to captivate us. As we leave behind the hidden corridors of their lives, one question remains: can the Mafia ever truly be eradicated, or will they continue to adapt, forever eluding the lights?